إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله تعالى وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. All praise is due to Allah. We seek refuge with Allah from our sins and bad deeds. He who is guided by Allah indeed has been guided. And he who is misguided, only Allah Azza wa Jal can guide him. And I bear witness that there are no deities to be worshipped except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I bear witness that Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the messenger of Allah. May Allah's peace and blessing be upon Sayyidina Muhammad, upon his family, upon his companions, and upon those who follow his sunnah till the day of judgment. The best words are the words of Allah, and the best guidance is the guidance of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We are about at the end of Ramadan. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us life until we reached this days, the day or two that is left. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised us that Ramadan brings us to taqwa. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. So you may reach the level of taqwa. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam touched his chest and said, "At-taqwa ha-huna, at-taqwa ha-huna." The taqwa is right here, the taqwa is in here. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions Jannah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions before it al-muttaqeen. Okay? Inna al-muttaqeen fi jannatin wa uyun. The muttaqeen in Jannah, in paradise and in wells and so forth. So there is always a taqwa before entering Jannah. So we were preparing ourselves and getting ourselves to try to be qualified to enter Jannah. And it is, the time of death is a time, in a way to celebrate, meaning that when the angels are coming to those who are muttaqeen and giving them glad tidings, good news about what awaits for them, that is the reward. This is al-fawz. This is you are being a winner now. You reached the final destination, or you are reaching now the final destination, and you are getting the news that you are from the successful one. Anything behind you did not matter now. Anything in this life that you left behind, or your life experience and so forth, it doesn't matter anymore. Meaning that we are alive now, and we can look at things in the past and look at the future. The future is still in this life, and we're trying to find out, how to prepare ourselves for death and how to improve ourselves and so forth. But at that moment in death, you will be looking forward to not that which you're going to do, but that which is going to be done for you. Okay? And once you get the news, then nothing else matters, okay, in the past. So there is no fear that you'll have in the future, nor you'll have any grief on the past that you had. So لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. There is no fear upon them in the future, and no sadness about the past or regret about the past. That is the taste of Jannah as you are dying. That is that promise of this. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, إن الذين سبقت لهم منا الحسنى أولئك عنها مبعدون لا يسمعون حسيسها وهم فيما اشتهت أنفسهم خالدون لا يحزنهم الفزع الأكبر وتتلقاهم الملائكة هذا يومكم الذي كنتم توعدون. That the angels will be awaiting for you. First, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that the Jannah is awaiting for you, and also that one of the reward is that you will not hear لا يسمعون حسيسها. They will not hear the sound of hellfire. Just the sound of hellfire they will not hear. And they are indulging in that which they are mostly desire. أنفسهم ما اشتهت أنفسهم, that their nafs really was desiring. They will be indulged in that. And لا يحزنهم الفزع الأكبر. The great calamity will not affect them in a negative way, meaning the day of judgment. That calamity is that day that's going to be 50,000 years. Now, or like 50,000 years. That will not affect them. They will not go through hazan in it, through difficulties, through sadness or difficulties in it. Okay? So now we know that. And in Ramadan, we were working to reach that level of, to be qualified, to be exempt from hellfire. May Allah make us all from those who were exempt from hellfire during the month of Ramadan, that Allah will choose us from among them. But now the point is, where are we going back to? Right now, after Ramadan is over, okay, where are we going to go back to? Now that you are reaching taqwa, but you're not dead yet. Now you are trying to reach a high level of qualification, but death is not here yet. So there is, go back to work. It is going back to work. Okay, we usually talk about going back to work, meaning do not lose what you were used to in Ramadan, right? Meaning the qiyam and the siyam and controlling oneself and so forth. That is usually the khutbah at the end of Ramadan. Okay, but let us take it a little bit further here now and say, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, كل أمتي يدخلون الجنة إلا من أبى. My whole ummah will enter Jannah except those who refuse. Those who refuse. Then the companion asked, and who would refuse, Ya Rasulullah? Who would in his sound mind would refuse to enter Jannah? Right? Because Rasulullah said, all of you are coming to Jannah behind me, and those who will come after you say they are Muslim. They're all coming behind me right into Jannah. Okay? Except the one who refuses. And of course, nobody will refuse to enter Jannah. Then Rasulullah said, Man ata'ani dakhala al-Jannah. The one who obeys me will enter Jannah. Wa man asani faqad aba. And he who disobeys me refuses. He who disobeys me refuses, meaning refuses to enter Jannah. But how? By not following Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Right? So now what is the task? The task is to now go back to what? To our daily routine but with a taqwa and with following Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the way to Jannah. Okay, is to follow Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put it very clear, okay, that the love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to follow Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the way to being even forgiven. Okay, so now what did Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam do? What was his mission? Is something that we need to be consumed with, because that will show us who we are. Who are we? Okay, who are you? As an individual, as a family, as a nation, as a community, who are you? Okay, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to Mecca, to the Arabs first, then to the whole world, okay, to confirm things and take things away. That's basically it. Things that you're doing are good and things that you should be putting aside. Okay? But it is very important to understand that and to feel that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looked at the hearts of all mankind and chose Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the heart of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? That he is sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the messenger, he's the best of all mankind, all the creation. So we need to be consumed with that, right? You cannot compare Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to anybody. He's the best of all humanity. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looked at the hearts of the people and chose certain people to become and to be the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? So the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they were chosen from among all mankind to be the best, and Allah is pleased with them. Okay? These are the one who we are following. They are the one we want to be companions with. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his Sahaba radiallahu anhum ajma'in. Okay? And this is who we are once we take these footsteps of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then we will be among those who that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with, right? And you cannot compare anyone to them. You cannot compare any system to the one that they carried. You cannot compare anything in this world ever to their ways. It is you comparing what Allah had chosen to what people do without guidance. How dare we? This is where we're going back to, or what we're going back to after Ramadan, right? You look at the fruit, okay? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Mu'adh tells Mu'adh, go to Al-Yaman and give them instructions. The talk now is not about the instructions and so forth. It's about sending one person to a nation. Okay? And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is confident that this person will go to this nation and make a difference. Okay? Because this person knew where he stands within humanity, before and after. He knew where he stands there. And he knew that Allah is with him. And he knew that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam chosen him. Therefore, he is, and Allah chose him. So he is going to make a difference with what he carries. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam chose him because he has certain quality as a person, certain quality as knowledge, and he was qualified to go. Okay. Mus'ab ibn Umair radiallahu anhu. Okay. Rasulullah, a young man, a very young man. Okay. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam chose him to send him to Medina, to prepare Medina for the coming of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One person, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam chose him to go to Medina. Go ahead, tell them about Islam and prepare them. Okay, and bring them into Islam. And Allah is with you. Allah will help you. Okay. Do we look at ourselves this way? Not that Do we look at what we carry in this valuable commodity of full, information and system that helps mankind? Do we value what we carry just like the Sahaba valued it? Do we value what we read in Ramadan from the Quran? Okay. What didn't tell you what a value of the Quran is, as one wanted, as in the seerah, he heard about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He heard that he's eloquent. He heard this and that, and he went to Mecca and he said, I'm a poet, right? I'm a poet, and I am eloquent in Arabic and so forth. And I can sit there and evaluate him. He's not going to evaluate me. I'm going to evaluate him with what he's saying, right? This is the confidence that he had, okay, as a disbeliever, but a person who knew has an understanding. So he goes and sits with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, okay, and he said that to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I am this, I am that. Tell me what you have. Give me what you got, right? I'm ready. Like to see what you have. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam started. What did Rasulullah sallallahu say? He started his talk with what I just started in Jum'ah, or what we usually, the khutbah starts Jum'ah with. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد. Now Rasulullah sallallahu is going to start to tell him. He said, well, stop. Say that again. So Rasulullah sallallahu said it again. He said, say that again. Rasulullah sallallahu said it again. He said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Rasulullah sallallahu did not tell him a Quran, did not tell him any guidance, but just from the context of this in introduction to the talk, he said, this is what did he see in that? He saw a mindset different than the mindset of Jahiliyyah, right? Of the people of ignorance at that time. He saw that there is a prison that everybody is in, and this is something different, completely different. So what does that mean? The opening. Inna alhamdulillah. The hamd, the appreciation belongs to Allah. Nahmaduhu, we appreciate it. And we seek help from Him, and we ask forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. And we seek refuge with Allah from the evil of ourselves and the evil of the deeds that we do. And we say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. There's no God but Allah, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is His messenger. What is this? This is putting the creator, okay, and the creation with a different relationship that this man had or the Arabs had, or mankind had, right? So that angle and that concept put that way, okay, to begin to talk, this is itself was so profound for him. Okay, it is words that we hear now in English or Arabic, and it just goes right over our head. Why? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came, and he was an agent of change. Okay, and the value of that change was noticed and carried by the companions, that things cannot stays the same, except what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, it is the same, right? Marriage, it was many ways to have children before Islam, okay, that the community would allow it, right? But Rasulullah sallallahu comes and says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, all of this is you leave and this you take. Okay, Now, just an example. Now you go to the marketplace, go to Money Matter, go to contracts, go to the orphans, go to everything that we do in this life. Go in anything. Then Rasulullah will come to it and push this away, and this is it. Until everything was filtered into a way of life, right? So it's more halal than haram, but the haram is clear, right? And the companions took this and took it to a society, started a society with this value, and the values kept coming and kept refining until the end of the message, and then the end of Rasulullah life, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the contrast was very clear. The contrast was very clear, right? That this is haram and this is halal. Okay. So the cutoff is clear. We do not look at our lives this way anymore. Okay, we are now in environment that environment of accepting anything. This is what life in the West generally is. Okay, so long that you don't harm me or I don't harm others, then everything is okay, fine and dandy, and so forth. No, when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about something that is munkar, that means everybody agreed that something is unacceptable. It is haram. It is something unacceptable according to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You have to change it. You do not just stop. You have to change it with your hand. But if you can't, because it has a rules of how to change it, you cannot create a bigger heart. You are not assigned by the ruler to change this and so forth. It has, a frame of work that we cannot, go beyond, right? But I cannot change it with my hand. Then I'll say something about it. If I cannot say something about it, then with your heart, I have to hit it with my heart. And that is the weakest of iman. In other words, there is no iman after that or beyond that, right? We are trained now to look at things and see things that run and accept it with our heart, or not even, hating it with our heart. I'm not talking about persons. We're talking about haram, actions, okay? Certain values, certain actions, okay? That we can hate, yes, and we are recommended to do that. There is no iman if you don't hate that which is haram, right? Those who are committing the haram, no, they are people that need guidance and so forth and so on, and we deal with them with the best of manners and the best and so forth. That's not the issue. The issue here in this small talk is about, we are now trained not to hate what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hates, right? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about hate in the Quran, talks about issues, not people. Okay, people, as we've said many times before, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inna Allah la yuhibbu al-kafirin. Allah does not love the kuffar. Allah does not love the hypocrites. Allah does not love and persons after person, category of persons, right? It's like, Allah will love you if you let go with the kufr, right? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about that the issues that Allah, كُلُّ ذَلِكَ كَانَ سَيِّئُهُ عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ مَكْرُوهًا. All of that was mentioned, meaning in Surah Al-Isra, mentioned issues and matters and harams that's been done by mankind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then he said all of these matters, the worst of these matters, Allah hates it. Now Allah used the word hate about these matters, about kufr, about killing, about, cheating in measure, about, taking partners with Allah. Now these are issues, okay? We are not trained now, not being trained in ourselves. All the environment around us is taking us into acceptance with our heart to things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger hates. Okay? That has to change. That should change now that you have taqwa in Ramadan, right? Now you've been in i'tikaf, if you will, meaning in being away from the environment that is haram. Okay, I remember when I went to Hajj, It was in the 80s, the mid 80s. Okay. And after being, in Mecca and Medina for a long period of time, and then we stopped in a Muslim country to change as a transit to get to United States. So I remember, I'd never forget this, that I went off, the plane, and now I'm going into the area of the transit to wait and so forth. And I've seen something in front of me. It made me jump back. Okay, because it shocked my eyes. Okay, what was it? And at that time, I was able to see well and so forth. So what shocked me? A woman was passing. It was a Muslim country that we went to. Okay, transit in it. A woman was passing in front of me without hijab. Her hair was flowing and so forth, right in front of me. She was wearing proper clothes, but my eyes did not see this scene for many, many days, for many weeks, right? And being indulged into worship, and you know what Hajj is, and so for those who went and those who did not go, may Allah give you the opportunity to go, and so forth. That threw me off. And then what happened? I came to the United States a week later. It's like nothing, right? We're coming out of Ramadan now with the heart and the soul and the nafs and very sensitive and so forth. Okay, we need to continue in that. We need to be aware that we are the one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sending us to all mankind. All mankind is waiting for Muslims to show them the way. Okay. Jesus, peace be upon him, Musa, peace be upon him, Ibrahim, alayhi salam, all the messengers of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what were they saying about Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? He will come at the end, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and show mankind. And if you happen to be living at the time, follow him. This is what Jesus said to his companions, that he is the last messenger who will come. He will tell you things that if I tell you now, you will not be able to handle it. Okay? He will come, the seal of all the messengers before. So all the messengers of Allah, okay, are told or foretold about Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that was coming, right? And we are the one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have chosen us as individuals now to know Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to know about Islam and so forth. We are the messengers of the messenger, right? We are Rusul al-Rasul. We are the messengers of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on earth now. Okay, this is a concept that we should have, right? Now we should look at things, and have a furqan with us, the Quran and the Sunnah as a furqan, that which separates halal and haram, separates goodness from evil, separates from things that are acceptable, as a human being, and things that are unacceptable. Things that the best of manners that we should carry and propagate and so forth. If we look at any ways different than ours and say it is okay, then we still have a long way to go, right? See, and we need to understand that we're not coming to be an enemy. No, we're coming to be those who cause us islah. Okay, rectify things, make things good, right? We've seen things are not being done properly, and we make it good, right? But we're living now in a world that what makes things good is the opinion of a human being. That's what it is, right? Like, let us, whatever we make good and acceptable, then that would be good. The standard is the standard of a human being, right? And some of us now, Muslims, are actually accepting that. Okay, when you go, for example, to a particular political party and say, I am with you and I'm going to carry your banner and I'm going to caucus for you. What does that mean? That means you're going to be standing in everything that they say. Is this and is this what you go into to be back in and saying it's okay? No, okay. No, we don't do that. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not do that, right? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a tribe came to him in Mecca, said, we're going to believe in you. We're going to follow you. We're going to protect you, you and your companion. Come, you want to hijrah? Come to us in hijrah and so forth. But the matter will be for us after you. Meaning that after you die, we will take the leadership here. You know, that's, you know, we will be the leaders. Rasulullah sallam refused. The whole package refused it. Did not say, okay, you do this, this is for me, and I'll come and then maybe I will convince you something different later on with the haqq. Maybe if you see al-haqq now you'll find. No, because this is a commitment. A commitment. Are you going to make the commitment or not? You be honest. You be honest, right? When they say I'm backing you up, you be honest. You either backing or not backing. Okay. And you can. I do not disagree with. I disagree with what you're going to do for me, not what I'm going to do for you, right? I'm going to do for you what Rasulullah sallam allows me to do, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows me to do for you. But beyond that, I'm not going to do this. And by the way, what are you going to do for me? And so forth. So this measure that we have now, that we our heart is reaching, you know, a sensitive level, okay? And our ways are ways now we're hoping to reach the straight path. We need to realize that to hold on the path of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it is the path, the upright path, which is the middle path that's upright, holding on to al-haqq. That will get us in trouble, and it doesn't matter. And it will shift us right and left many times because al-haqq keeps, you know, moving. It depends on the issue. Al-haqq is the same, that never changes, but it depends on the issue, right? Al-haqq, I find it here now, people will see me here. I'll find it here now, people will see me there, and so forth and so on. And that is okay. Okay? It doesn't matter. But what did Ali radiallahu anhu say? He said, we know people through al-haqq, real men, real people with al-haqq, with the truth. But we do not know the truth through the people, right? In other words, we don't go to someone and this person is very educated, very this, very, you know, and so forth, and say now anything that he was saying now is al-haqq. It's because of what he's saying now is because who he is, then what he says must be okay. No, okay. He's not an honorable man unless he holds to al-haqq in our eyes, right? Al-haqq is what's honored. So we would know who to be with, who to follow through al-haqq, not the other way around. Okay. And this is what kuffar of Mecca, you would send to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, those who are the wajahat al-qawl, those who are the most honorable in the people, right? And again, you go back to the Quran, as those who are honorable sits with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam starts speaking, start talking, start reciting the Quran, and you find one goes to the mouth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and put his hand in his mouth. He said, enough, enough, enough. He could not handle it. He couldn't handle it. You know, it affected him so much. He couldn't handle it. Okay? Because the matter was about, you know, from Jannah going to hellfire, going to the warning, going to this, and going to the glory of Allah and so forth. It's like, I can't put his hand in his mouth. Okay? We are very far away from that. Not all of us. I cannot make that statement. Astaghfirullah. I do not know what the 100. I know. I'm very far from that. Okay, that effect. Okay, that we carrying. We are carrying. You know, that jewel. Okay, for humanity. We don't quite, you know, feel that weight and feel that value anymore. Okay. And again, we look at other ways and look and say, oh, really? Maybe this, maybe no. You know, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked about this issue with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? That وإن كانوا ليستفزونك من الأرض ليخرجوك منها. Okay, they are about to push you out of the land, to push you out of it, to push you out of the land that you are in. Okay, meaning that they pressured Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam because he would not compromise with them. This way and that way, no, my way is this, the tawheed is this, there is no compromise in tawheed and so forth. Okay, إذا لا يلبثون خلافك إلا قليلا. They will not stay behind you except a small period of time. Do you understand this concept? You are, this is very important. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is holding on to the truth. Okay? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told them, إن كدت وقد كدت تركن إليهم شيئا قليلا. You're about to come close to them a little bit. وإذا لأذقناك ضعف الحياة وضعف الممات. We would have punished you double the life and double death if you would have done that. And Allah talking to Rasulullah sallallahu like that, right? So Rasulullah did that and held the hand and so forth, right? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, when you do that, they will push you out of your home. Meaning, once you hold on to the truth, you'll find animosity. You'll find people pushing you out of whatever environment that you are in. You know, ridiculing you and so forth and so on, right? What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives now a ruling from the throne, from the heaven, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A ruling that something will happen when that happens. What? إِذَنْ لَا يَلْبَثُونَ خِلَافَكَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. They will not stay behind you except a small period of time. That's a promise. And they did not stay much, right? The Hijrah done, and then those who were the head of the opposition came, and they all did not last much, right? All of them killed in the battle of Badr. Except one, he was sick and he accepted Islam afterwards, Abu Sufyan radiallahu anhu. Right? وَإِذَا لَا يَلْبَثُونَ خِلَافَكَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. Okay? سُنَّةَ مَنْ قَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا قَبْلَكَ مِنْ رُسُلِنَا وَلَنْ تَجِدَ لِسُنَّتِنَا تَبْدِيلًا. That this is the sunnah that Allah sent the messengers before with, and you will not find exchange to that. This will never change. Meaning, you hold on to the truth. You become the messenger of the messenger. Right? And you hold on to the truth. You'll have opposition. You'll be ridiculed. You keep holding on. And those who do this against you, they will not last long. This is a sunnah. This is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. Okay? This is the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the creation. Okay? and it keeps going and keeps going. Okay? So, yes, it is close now to the end of Ramadan. And it is a time still. Laylatul al-Qadr could be tonight. We don't know. And we'll keep in this energy of Ramadan as much as we can, in a way of implementing that constraint that we have around ourselves, control, let us say, around oneself in many ways. We'll continue with that. And we'll seek help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through fasting again, and through the standing up at night, and through getting up early before Fajr, and so forth, and continue with that. Okay? But also, we need to think of ourselves as the messengers of the messenger. Okay? Just like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to send messengers to other people and other nations, we are the messengers of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, Hind radiallahu anha, okay, as she was raising Muawiyah. Now Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan, right? In the Umayyah, the Khilafah of Umayyah. that he became the leader of the world at that time. Just a little pieces here and there was not under him, right? For years and years, as she was raising him. Okay, so when a woman, she was admiring the way she was raising him, and she looked at him, and she said, "Oh, you raised the leader for his ummah," right? Like she could tell the way he is, and as a young man or a young boy, okay, he carries himself in such a way as a leader, right? So she's talking to him about how well, you raise him. He's a leader of his nation. Now, she said to her, Hind, radiallahu anha, said to her, to his nation? Like, that's it? Like, are you kidding? I raised him for bigger than that. Okay? Bigger than, beyond that. Okay? We don't have that attitude about ourselves or about our children. Okay? Do we raise our children if we have that mindset? Okay, then our whole community will be a different community, right? Okay, when we have children coming to us and we try to, and sometimes family thinks that I don't want my son to I want protection for my son or my daughter. That's all you want? Protection? What about the difference that they can make? Like, I can make them, I can make a difference where they are and so forth. And as soon as they start making a difference in their environment, sometimes the parents say, that's too much. Because they might criticize even the household that they're in. Not in a negative way. They'll just say, why are we doing this? Why are we watching that? Why aren't we this? The adhan was just, So if our bar is very low, okay, that's where we choose. But this is not who we are, who we should be. This is not why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided us to Islam. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided us to Islam. So we become the messenger of the messenger. The messengers of the messenger. Okay? That Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would, if he was here, what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would have said to us, coming to us, living the way we are living now, talking the way we are talking now, dealing with each other the way we are dealing with each other now. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would look at us with the eyes of love and care and take us in. And this is what we want in the hereafter. That Rasulullah sallallahu will take us in behind him. Because the only way to enter Jannah now is to be behind Rasulullah sallallahu. There is no other way. Qul, say, in kuntum tuhibbun Allah, if you love Allah, fattabi'uni yuhibbukum Allah. So Rasulullah sallallahu say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Quran saying, say to them, if you love Allah, follow me and Allah will love you. وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ. That Allah will forgive your sin through your love to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How do you express this love? By fattabi'uni, follow me. That is proof that you love Allah. That is proof that you love Allah. Okay? What about the one فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا? The ayah after it, فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا. If you just turn, فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْكَافِرِينَ. Allah does not love those who are kuffar. Kuffar, he's a kufr. Yeah, Allah put it this way. Okay? Well, what does that mean? That's a whole different topic and so forth. That means this if you are not thinking that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's way is the one that will enter you Jannah, that means you are covering that fact into yourself and to others and in your life. Okay? You are getting a ni'mah, a bounty, and you're pushing this ni'mah. That is kufr ni'mah. At least you are pushing that ni'mah away. You are saying, I refuse to enter Jannah. Because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, وَمَنْ عَصَانِي فَقَدْ أَبَى. And one who disobeys me, he refused to what? To enter Jannah. اللهم أنت أعلم بما في قلوبنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا. اللهم أنت أعلم بحاجتنا منا فاقضها لنا. اللهم أنت أعلم بسرنا وعلانيتنا فتقبل معذرتنا. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه، وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها، أنت وليها ومولاها. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من قلب لا يخشى، ومن علم لا ينفع، ومن نفس لا تشبع، ومن دعاء لا يستجاب له. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to take us to the right path, to make our intention purely to Allah and only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to show us where is that right path, to show us the guidance, and to make us from among those who are ready to be guided at any time, in any subject, in any place, once it becomes al-haqq clear to us. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to lift this calamity from us, al-bala wal-waba, that is around, and bring us together with the hugs that we all miss with one another. I remember, a sister was making a beautiful comment. She said, as soon as the prayer is done and they are, in the sister's side, she said, the best sound that I hear after the prayer, and she said she did this, meaning the brothers are tapping in each other's back as they hug each other. They say, oh, it's a beautiful sound. We hear this tapping, and so forth. May Allah bring it back to us soon, okay? And may Allah protect us, protect our community, protect the Muslims, protect our masjid, and help us to build, the community, okay? To help us, to use us, to build the community that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah in everything that we do, and keep away shaitan and insa wa jinn away from us, and show us the right path and help us to go on it. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين وجزاكم الله خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.